So ARTMS released a new teaser / interlude, and I think that this is hinting towards a comeback with either a repackage or a fully new album. But first of all, I wanted to address something to my subscribers, so if you don't want to hear it, you can just skip this part. So I've been inactive for some time now and kind of didn't want to. Let me explain. I was really busy for the last few months, which is why I uploaded less frequently, and part of this is that I am currently working on a manga one-shot. Here is a little sneak peek of the character designs for you. And while I'm working on this, I still worked on my timeline video for the Loonaverse, but it proves itself to be a really time-consuming video, so it will probably take me until next month until I can get back to somewhat frequent uploads. And in roundabout a month, I hopefully have finished this manga one-shot as well, and then I can also give you some more information on where you can read it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So let's get right into the analysis part. First of all, some things that I have noticed. First, the video is called Savior Interlude, and an interlude comes in between two things. So this video is teasing something in the future. If that is an ARTMS comeback with a new or repackaged album, I will talk about later. Second of all, the song seems to be slowed down. This kind of sounds a little more natural, and it is times 1.5 speed. So after the XX teaser being the reversed audio of Hi Hi, now we get Savior with a slowed down audio, I guess. Other than this, it also seems like these are all new scenes that weren't featured in the Virtual Angel MV. At least I couldn't find most of these in the MV itself. So, we can see the girls from Virtual Angel spend time together when we see this text. One part of the text is in Korean, and the other one is in French, which is Heejin's representative country. And this time we see the light being from a different angle. This is from behind her, as if there was another person or entity present when the girls merged to become the light being / goddess, which could also hint towards the fact that maybe Eve or Chu was watching while these girls were merging, but who knows. Now let's get back to this text. It is an excerpt from the Les Contemplations poem collection of the French poet Victor Hugo. I'm sorry for butchering the French. Here is a part of the poem. I saw a white angel passing on my head. Its dazzling flight calmed the storm, and silenced the distant sea full of noise. What are you doing, angel, in this night? I told it. It replied, I am here to take your soul. And I told it, trembling and reaching my arms, what will be left of me, because you will fly away. It did not reply. The sky, besieged by the shadow, was going out. If you take my soul, I cried, where will you take it? It still kept quiet. O traveler of the blue sky, are you death? I told it, or are you life? And night increased on my pleased soul, and the angel became black and said, I am love. Now you might wonder what this is all about, so here are my 2 cents on it. So first of all, the work is divided into 2 parts, entitled Autrefois and Aujourd'hui, which means in the past and today. And it reflects on Hugo's personal experiences, his thoughts on life, love, loss, and nature. It is highly autobiographical and deals with themes such as grief, hope, and the search of the meaning of life. Most importantly for us in the poem, Hugo also addresses the relationship between man and God, which both played a big role in the Loonaverse lore of the past, like in the One teaser and YYY's time in the Garden of Eden, as well as it's still playing a big role in the new lore of ARTMS, which they're real and fake goddesses and their journey to finally find out if love is something cruel or if it's something sweet also fits into this aspect. And yes, I am quoting the Loona 3rd lore specifically because it is so often overlooked. This excerpt they use for the interlude video ends with, and the angel became black and said, I am love. But this still doesn't answer if the being is good or evil, sweet or cruel. And in my opinion, this is the central theme of Loona. In the YYY subunit, they criticized religion and questioned if God can be good if he sets up humans to fail, with the apple tree and all. But like we can see in Lusamble's TTYL the awakening of one's consciousness can be something positive. So are angels and goddesses something cruel, or are they something sweet? And also, I could be wrong about all of this, and me connecting all of these aspects could be delusional, but the album that this is an interlude of is literally called Dal, Divine All Love and Life. It is calling back to this era of Loona 1/3 to finally answer the question that was set up years ago. At least that is what I think. But let's get back on track. Hugo reflects on human experiences, the transience of life, kind of like Memento Mori, and the spiritual search. Christianity plays a central role in many of his reflections, since Hugo emphasizes the idea of redemption, grace, and the love of God. He sees Christianity as a source of hope and comfort, especially in times of suffering. Overall, Les Contemplations conveys a deep exploration of faith and spirituality, with Hugo dealing with the universal questions of life and the search of a higher meaning. It shows how faith in God and Christian values can provide support in difficult times. And now, how are angels described in this and other works of Hugo? Well, in Les Contemplations, Victor Hugo describes angels as symbolic beings, often associated with light, purity, and a high spiritual order. Him describing the being of light turning dark once it says I am love is a reflection of this video. We see these questions being asked and the light being shown to us when the answer is given and the screen turns almost completely black. Angels represent goodness, hope, and the connection between the human and the divine. Angels appear in various poems as comforters and protectors who assist people in time of doubt and suffering, like in this part of the poem in which this person is told by the angel that it is there to take his soul away, and he starts to panic. The angel, though, is not clearly shown as a good or evil entity, since it only answers in this very vague way and then turns into darkness, which is kind of more so a symbol for evil and not for goodness. But I guess that this is also part of showing us that angels are ambivalent, having both sides, both traits, good and evil. Hugo uses this angel symbolism to illustrate the idea of divine grace and love. They represent the possibilities of redemption and the hope of a better life after death. A certain melancholy is often felt in his descriptions, as angels can also symbolize the transience of life and the grief for lost people. Overall, angels in Hugo's work are not only supernatural beings, but also profound symbols of the human longing for comfort, understanding, and a connection to something higher. This directly connects to the new ARTMS lore, since these girls that the goddess uses to create its physical form are longing for the love and touch of a being beyond their imagination. They find comfort in their angels, in the virtual angels, and ask themselves if these angels are death or life. And we see both the death of the girls as well as the rebirth of the goddess. This is when we switch to the clubhouse of the girls and we see them on these TV screens embracing one another, when the screen fades slowly to black, again showing us that ARTMS is only able to exist because of these girls coming together. If that means that ARTMS manipulated them into giving up their bodies for ARTMS to create her own body, or if this means that ARTMS can only exist through these parts of girls coming together as one part, which is ARTMS, I don't know. So what does this mean overall? Well, YYYY had the one teaser to show us something that we previously didn't really think about / connect ourselves. After Love Forever, Albrecht had somewhat of a clear overview of the lore. Haeju is evil, and that is why the other members left her behind, and since Jinsol is also evil, she helps out Haeju. But nowadays we do know that this is not really true and that this is what the one teaser was for. YYY showed us this other side to them and to their story through the one teaser. That in the end all of these members are the same, their struggles and self-doubt are universal to the Eden girls, and in the end they would have to become one, like one group, to fully realize their true selves and become part of Loona. And I think that this interlude does something quite similar. We saw the virtual angel and Birth and Beast, and we thought to ourselves that maybe Jinsol turned evil, or maybe this ARTMS goddess is evil, but maybe what we are supposed to question after this video is if there are even any evil or good characters in the story to begin with. We don't really know the true motivations of the light being yet. It could be like the angel from the poem, that the light being is just there to help these souls find their way to heaven. Or maybe it has a more sinister reason for bringing these girls together. But most importantly, are the members death or are they life? Are they evil or are they good? In my humble opinion, this video confirms to us the duality of the members. They are not only running away from this evil ARTMS or work together with the light being. No, in fact, they are both. It's not either or, they are just both. Maybe not at the same time, but they do have these two sides to them. In the birth MV, we see Hassel not trying to run away, but embrace her fate, similar to Virtual Angel, where all of a sudden all the members are just spectators watching from the sidelines. We see the members' good and evil sides, and now we are supposed to ask ourselves, which side is the true side? Are the members evil or are they good? Or maybe they can be both, in the form of the members having two sides or maybe even being cloned. There are the members fighting against the influences of the evil light being, and then there are the Virtual Angel members that send these girls to their deaths so that ARTMS can harvest their powers to become stronger. Yeah, but I don't know, maybe it's saying something different. Definitely tell me your opinion in the comments. And now, from a non-lore standpoint, what does this say about the future of ARTMS? Well, I think that this is basically the XX teaser of this era. Because, let me tell you something, the XX teaser was released on the 14th of October, and this teaser was released on the 15th, although this might be a Korean Standard Time thing, and they actually were both released on the same day, but only in Korean Standard Time. I don't know. So whatever, they are both released on the same day. Butterfly Effect, the song on the Doll album, was originally supposed to be a follow-up to the XX album and the Butterfly title track. When we go to the ARTMS website, it plays the original Burn teaser sound. We saw the members meet up over the last few weeks, and Shu said that she met Heejin to prepare a stage of some sorts. So all in all, what if they are going to do the most Loona thing ever and they recreate their best album rollout till this day? And they are going to copy the XX teaser schedule. The XX era started with the 15th of October, with the XX teaser that reversed the Hi Hi MV and the audio, and then continued with the X number X teasers, which are X1X on the 1st of January, X2X on the 11th, X3X on the 21st, X4X on the 31st, and then the album teaser in the beginning of February for the comeback in mid-February. What if, and hear me out, what if instead of ARTMS making a comeback with a new album or repackage, what if Loona is making a comeback? All of these references to the XX era and the follow-up with the Lost Burn era could be a hint towards the fact that Loona is preparing their long-awaited comeback, which could finally give us the Burn era and the ending to their debut trilogy with Hi Hi, Butterfly, and whatever title track Burn would have. And the teaser rollouts for XX would be perfect for this, because they would still have time until February to finish their subunit activities like ARTMS and Lusemble's tours. And something that also makes me wonder is the fact that Go-On has her iconic blonde hair again, just like she had in the Hi Hi and Butterfly era. And it also is kind of suspicious that the members, although they are very busy, are still taking the time to meet one another. And I mean, of course, Chu saying that they are preparing a stage is kind of suspicious. So call me delusional, but I would love to finally get the Burn album and comeback with all 12 Loona members, and for them to finally get to answer their own question from 7 years ago: is love something sweet or is it something cruel? So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, hopefully next month with the timeline video. And maybe I will have some news for you about the manga as well, so stay tuned and subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I will see you next time.